Well, it seems like this is like this is like crazy for the folks involved. Like this started in Spain like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. And now some members of the Hells Angels there are facing, at least for a couple of them, they started out 49 arrested. And now there's a number of them that are going to be facing many, many, many years behind bars in this really sensational case that's happening over in Spain. Um, it's interesting how it's kind of playing out. So we'll check that news story out, of course, after this. Hey, hey, I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV, Biker News, Black Dragon, the Biker News Network, Biker News you can trust, like, share, subscribe, and follow. Of course, this is Monday. We're late. We're plagued, as always, with computer problems. This comes from going live all the time. If we weren't going live for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. This is for you. All right. Let's get into it. So, over here in Spain, the Hells Angels managed to get over to Spain. They've had trouble in Germany and places like that, where they recently had their logos banned in some places. So, hey, yeah, let's go to Spain. So, there's this pleasure island called Mallorca, and it seems that they set up over there to do some things. And there was an investigation on those guys that started like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. Let me go way back. So today, uh, let's do it like this. So today, they are, where here it is. Today, they're facing all of this that has happened. They're now awaiting the verdict. Okay, they await the verdict in Spain. But let's kind of go back, way back here. This is 2019 to when all this first started. So the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club faces 300 years in jail for Mallorca prostitution and money laundering ring. So this is the president here. But that's not what he says he is. We'll get into that. So Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, they say the G word, accused of running a huge prostitution and money laundering ring in the Spanish party island of Mallorca, could face 300 years in prison, according to prosecutors. And for my listening audience, here's a picture of of who they say. Oh, they don't say. They just have his picture, but we'll find that later. The 46 gang members, they say, face a long list of charges, including belonging to a criminal organization, money laundering, threats, forgery, prostitution, illegal detention. Illegal detention. What is that, like kidnapping? Drug crimes and illegal possession of firearms. The list of defendants allegedly includes 2 local police officers. Oh, wow. And a Guardia civil servant or civil sergeant from Palma who faced between 5 and 7 years in jail each for criminal involvement in bribery. So they even got a couple of cops. Prosecutors have said the gang could face up to a combined sentence of 300 years if they are convicted by the National Court of Justice in Madrid. Now, this is 2019. Now, this guy is this same picture, the man above, is the alleged crime boss, but he has always denied that he is the boss of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. And his argument is stellar. It's a stellar argument, and it is really, it goes to the heart of motorcycle clubbing. And I can't wait to present that argument to you. I don't know if the courts will buy it, but it's actually a true argument in the truest sense of what motorcycle clubs should be. So check this out. So anyway, the biker gang, they like that term. Alleged leader was arrested in a major raid against the Mallorcan, I hope I'm saying it right, Mallorcan Hells Angels in July 2013. 2013. So I went back and found a article where they were arrested in 2013, where they raided them. I went and found that article. So I went all the way back to see where this first started. He reportedly, so they raided him for all of these crimes that are listed above. Basically running mostly brothels on this Mallorcan island, if I'm saying the word right. And this was, how many years ago was 2013? Like a long time. Like my math is not up right now, so I can't just tell you off the top of my head, but it's a long time. So, he reportedly said, oh, thank you, 10 years. My producer said 10 years. Thank you. He reportedly sat in Spanish custody for 2 years. So he was arrested in 2013, sat in custody till 2015, and was released under conditions before he was allowed to leave Spain in 2017. So I guess he's gone back to Germany. The alleged crime boss has always denied the allegations. Well, he might not be gone now. I'm sure he's back in trial, right? The alleged crime boss has always denied the allegations. The alleged boss has reportedly since has been back to his regular business in Hanover's red light district, according to the German press. So he was engaged in prostitution and that sort of thing there in Spain. Now he's back in Germany. I didn't know Germany had red light districts. I thought that was only in the Holland over there. But hey, what do I know? The Spanish authorities have accused the Hells Angels of trying to turn the island of Mallorca into that business center for drug smuggling, prostitution, and money laundering. At the time of the police operation in 2013, the bikers allegedly ran several nightclubs on the Playa de Palma. Some 200 officers took part in the dawn raids. They love the dawn raid, coming in like, like Apocalypse Now, which I know is really old for some of you. But they came in on the dawn raid, and they had 200 police officers. Probably like America, they had Bearcat tanks and whatever. You need that for downtown. And they had these raids on more than 30 properties as part of a 2-year investigation, codenamed. They always codename these things, like Operation Red Hat or Operation Down Bikies, or it's necessary, I'm sure. This one was called Operation Casablanca. Operation Casablanca! Involving Interpol, Europol, and German, Australian, Dutch authorities. So they had a lot of folks, as well as luxury cars and motorcycles. The raids reportedly netted pistols, a sawn-off shotgun, which I don't think you can have over there in Spain, cash and jewelry, as well as drugs, including cocaine and anabolic steroids. Spanish prosecutors have alleged young women from Eastern Europe were smuggled to Mallorca and forced into prostitution. The article goes on to say the case will be brought before the National Court of Justice in Madrid, which is responsible for the serious crimes. For my listening audience, there's another picture of this alleged boss and just several pictures of him With the end of the preliminary investigation, the completion of the indictment, a date will now be set for the gang's trial. This is not the first major crackdown on the Angels' activities in Spain. In 2009, 22 members were arrested in raids, principally in Madrid, Barcelona, and Valencia. In those raids, police seized weapons and ammunition, bulletproof vests, a kilo of cocaine, and neo-Nazi literature. Okay, so that was 2019. So here we are and so I've gone back and looked at all those and looked at the trial as it was going on. At one point, they tried to dismiss the trial and they asked for dismissal and this sort of thing. And none of that happened. So here we are now at the apex. Where we are now is that the trial now awaits a verdict. So a lot of things happened in that trial. You know, the Mongols went through this in here in the United States. 10-year-old investigation that started way more than 10 years ago. And they and you know, you would think like there would be some kind of a statute of limitations or something. They went after their colors with stuff that had happened a decade before. So we've seen this before. So a lot of things happen. A lot of moving pieces. The trial of 49 alleged members of the Hells Angels biker club, they used the G word, of course, in Spanish Holiday Island, the Spanish Holiday Island of Mallorca. Oh, they spelled it a whole different way here, M-A-L-L. And I think that gives you the ya sound in Spanish. But I don't know. The Holiday Island of Mallorca, most of them charged with offenses linked to organized crime, has been adjourned. The trial has been adjourned to await a verdict after 3 weeks of sessions in Madrid's High Court. Among the most prominent defendants is German national Frank Hannebuth, they name him here, who is charged with links to organized crime, money laundering, and firearms possession. Prosecutors are seeking a 12-year prison sentence for him. They have a crime against belonging to a club there or a gang or whatever. That's a crime in and of itself. So they're seeking 12 years for him as they consider him a key individual in the scheme that moved his group from Hanover to Mallorca after pressure in Germany increased. So as I was telling you guys, Germany's been trying to get rid of these guys for a while. So here's another article that I found. And if Sven was on here, he could tell us. I think Sven once said that, you know, Sven is from Germany. He's always been a longtime listener of the program. I think he said they may have been outlawed in Germany. I'm not sure. But I looked this up, and it says that this one that I looked up said that that Berlin had banned the Hells Angels logo, and there have been many bans, as I've been looking through here, many bans on the Hells Angels. So this was the pressure that was coming on the group, this banning their logos, this, that, and the other. So, hey, well, let's just get the hell out of here and go, you know, to Spain. And probably business was good there. So after that pressure built up on them, they got the hell out of there and came over to Mallorca and got to doing their thing. Another thing that I read, I'm trying to find it all, was some of the property that these guys had. A German went on trial in Spain on Monday. So this was done. This is when I believe when the trial started. A German went on trial in Spain on Monday for allegedly running a chapter of the Hells Angels motorcycle club. They used the G word on the holiday island of Mallorca that was involved in prostitution, drug trafficking, and other organized crime. In this article, they talk about some of the stuff they had. Suspected of being Frank Hannebuth, suspected of being a top European member of the U.S.-based biker group, is in the dock alongside 46 other suspected members. I guess the dock is in jail. Wearing blue jean jacket, blue jeans, a black coat, he sat with his hands in his lap. And they laid out this trial against him. Some of the things that they said was, according to the prosecutor's indictment, prostitution is one of the chapter's main sources of income, with women coerced into working at brothels owned by the gang. Those women were property of the organization and had to comply with its rules or face various sorts of sanctions, the indictment said. The gang allegedly paid for some of them to undergo cosmetic surgery in order to for the purpose of making the women more productive and obtaining a bigger profit. Spanish prosecutors are seeking 13 years in prison for the boss on charges of, check this out, membership in the criminal organization. So just being a member is a charge. Money laundering, making threats, illegal possession of firearms, as well as a fine of 4.2 million euros, which is 4.6 million American dollars. Other suspected members of the gang are charged with drug trafficking, running prostitution ring, and they face up to 38 years. The gang is believed to have operated in Mallorca between 2009 and 2013. So they're going after them for some old stuff. When Hanberth was arrested in Spain, along with 24 other suspects in a series of raids, it was made up of people from across Europe, mainly Germany. Among the other defendants is, I don't know how to say this name, Joachim Kirschner, whom prosecutors describe as a chapter sergeant at arms. His duties allegedly included threatening and coercing people to defend them. The business of the threatening and coercing people to defend the business of the organization and its members, according to the prosecutor's indictment. They are seeking a 5-year prison term for Kirschner. My producer says his name is pronounced Joaquin. Okay, I'll take that. Another defendant, Paul Ingolk, co-owned with Hanbuth a large estate in Mallorca called Sun Paricio, something like that. That is valued at 2.5 million euros. Damn. Man, I need to up my biker club game, man. But anyway, I got it. My biker club game is weak. I don't have anything valued at 2.5 million anything. During a police search of the property, officers seized a sawed-off shotgun and 4 rifles. Ingolke is facing a 14-year prison term. Ingolke. I don't know how to say his name. Engelke. Prosecutors suspect the gang laundered its illegal profits by buying real estate in Mallorca, in the nearby island of Ibiza. 3 Spanish police officers are also on trial for allegedly cooperating with the gang. Now, the boss, they say, Hanbuth, was released on bail in July 2015, as we now know, along with his alleged number 2, Khalil Yosafi, who also went on trial on Monday. He is facing a 38-year jail term. A towering former boxer, Hanbuth was the head of the Hells Angels chapter in the German city of Hanover for several years before reloading to Mallorca, as we know, because pressure increased on them. So the day of the proceedings began after a 3-hour delay as lawyers of some of the defendants and prosecutors tried to reach a last-minute plea bargain. And here's where I was telling you some interesting things went on in this trial. So the trial was delayed because some of the defendants were like, hey, look, man, I'll take a plea right now. And that may have led to some, talking and things like that. That's what typically happens in these plea bargains. So back to the original story. Among the most prominent is, as we know, Frank Hanbuth. We know why he came. His group came over from Mallorca. But Hanbuth was the only defendant who used his right to a final statement before the trial was adjourned Friday evening. And he used it to insist. And this is amazing. This is right. This is the basis of all motorcycle clubs. This is one hell of an argument. He said that his organization, the Hells Angels, is a democratic organization. Yeah. He said, we are not a criminal organization. We are the only biker club in the world that is based on a democratic structure. That means one person, one vote. Yeah. Well, that's not the only. We're a one person, one vote club too. I think all of us are. But that, man, that is the crux of motorcycle clubbing. One person, one vote. He further went on to deny that there was a president or a national or even an international president, claiming that each chapter is independent. And we look at those as charters. That's what we call them. His lawyers. So you can't claim all this stuff. We're one person, one vote. Each man has a vote, and we are individual chapters, each voting on our own. So all of this whole worldwide business, blah, 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 he said, basically, is non-existent. And wow, that argument is so compelling because it is really the basis by which motorcycle clubs should be operating. And if yours ain't, if you got some sort of founder who won't let anybody vote, or some president who's one vote, some sort of dictatorship or something, then you're not in the right MC. I just thought I would, tell you that. So his lawyer had previously requested the court during the closing arguments acquit Hannibus. Prosecutors believe, however, the bikers engaged in organized crime and charged them with offenses including drug trafficking, money laundering, prostitution, and extortion, as we all know. Now, here's a twist. I told you some things were going. There was a whole lot of twisting pieces. 35 of the 49 defendants took plea deals on the first day of the trial, reducing their sentences to just fines. Huh. That's interesting. The highest sentence request among those who did not take the deal is for the group's alleged treasurer, Delgani Yusufi. Prosecutors asked for him to be sentenced to 28 and a half years. The boss, they want to give 12 years. The prosecutor's final indictment reduced some of the sentence requests, noting that the trial has had significantly slow progress since the police operation that initiated it happened almost 10 years ago. Like there's no, what's it called? When the time runs out on something, time run out. What's it? When you can't prosecute anybody anymore. That's it. Thank you. My producer said statute of limitations. There's no statute of limitations out there. Wow. So the prosecutor has asked for some of the sentences to be reduced because the trial has had significantly slow progress. I mean, those guys haven't been around since 2015. It's now 2023. Talking about holding a grudge. I'd say don't do anything bad in Spain. Wouldn't you? They're coming after a brother for like a long time. They said some of those, I read another article said some of those girls were actually kidnapped or brought in illegally and forced into prostitution. So if any of that is true, that's horrible. But I think that an interesting thing, our argument was pressed forward. The argument of one man, one vote, Knights of the Round Table, if you will. There is no greater member. In fact, in a traditional motorcycle club, so like the president or the accused boss, he's not BSing on this. This is true MC protocol. Because in a traditional motorcycle club that operates on a democratic system of morals and values, the president doesn't even get to vote. He forgot to mention that. It's one man, one vote for everybody except the president. Yeah. You know why? You know why? Because that poor bastard is the servant of the MC. He's the servantes, the lowly servant. That's what he is. He only gets to vote to break a tie. And let's look at the word servant for a minute here. We'll look it up in the Wiktionary. Does it give us that's the French pronunciation of servant? Right. That's the Canadian pronunciation of servant. It's a Latin word. And it means, what does it mean? It means something here. They tell you how to say it. They just don't tell you what it means. And we'll go somewhere else and find out what it means. Servant. Here we go. Servant means, you have to, we're not talking about servers. Really? Is that what they're trying to do to me? Well, you guys know what servant means. It means to serve. You have to, okay, let's go to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary of servant. Here we go. Slow computers. But the president is the servant. He is the servant of the MC. He is the lowest bastard in the MC. The president is lower than a prospect, if you look at it correctly, because his job is to serve the MC, to give the MC what it is that they desire, and to answer and make happen what they want to happen based on their votes. Interesting, huh? This is what a servant is. So his argument holds so much merit because it's how motorcycle clubs should be getting down. Should be getting down just like that. A person who performs, oh, here it is. Finally, it pops up. Here we are with our great meaning of the word servant. A person who performs duties for others, especially a person employed in a house or domestic duties or as a personal attendant. A devoted and helpful follower or supporter. For instance, a tireless servant of God. A devoted and helpful follower or supporter, as in the tireless servant of God, or for us biker club folks, a tireless servant of the MC. That's what a president is. A tireless servant of the MC. And therefore, really cannot be held responsible alone. The 49 people who took deals were part of everything, as they must have voted for anything that happened to succeed. I'm just saying that's how it works. That's how it works. All right, no need to dally. I'm Black Dragon. I appreciate you all being here today. And thank you for your patience as we always, since we're a completely live show, whenever we have technical difficulties, we just have to work through it. And I appreciate you guys' patience in allowing that to happen. Love you, Lissa. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in this morning. Please like, share, and subscribe to my feed, and like and share it. That would absolutely help us out a million. We will see you tomorrow about 10-ish sometime, which is our normal broadcast time. Anyway, I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Listen, y'all, this is how it's supposed to be happening. One man, or in the case of co-ed or female motorcycle clubs, one woman, one man or one woman, one vote. One man or woman, one vote. One man or woman, one vote. The MC is we MC. There's an articulable argument that the club is not about I, the club is about we. There are no presidents. If you have one man, one vote, we're all equal. And the president is merely our servant. So next time the president talks to you crazy, slap his ass in the mouth and say, "How dare you, knave, speak to me in such a way?" That's right. Call the president a knave. That'll work. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Hey, subscribers. Whenever you are in Macon, Georgia, you have to get over to my Motorcycle Club Brothers Cigar Lounge. Haley's Cigar Lounge on Ingleside Avenue has a night or several nights just right for you. Monday night football kicks off the week. Wednesday is whiskey night. Thursday, ladies night. Saturdays are make your night. And wrapping up the weekend, it's Sunday football. Haley's is closed on Tuesdays. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere at Haley's. Hang out at the bar or outside on the patio. They can also host your small events. Haley's Cigar Lounge, 2308 Ingleside Avenue in Macon, Georgia. Be sure to tell them Black Dragon sent you.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.